Everyone, this is Sandra. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me again today. Today we're going to do another fall look, and I'm going to feature another Urban Decay palette. This is the Urban Decay Naked Heat. I know this is an old palette, but I think it can pull off some really cool fall looks. I just want to kind of see how creative I can get with it and what we can do. And I'm also going to do a matching lip, and I just realized a lot of the products, so other than I guess you'll basically see as we go through, but I am using a couple of Too Faced products as well. So let's get started. Just one thing I wanted to point out, like I kept talking about how I wanted to cut my hair. So finally I got my hair cut. I got 5 inches taken off, and I hated the way the hairdresser cut my hair. So she layered it because that's what I wanted. Otherwise I would have cut it myself. I was actually tempted to just put my hair upside down, put it in a ponytail, and then chop off the ends. But I went to a hairdresser, spent the 20 bucks, and I was bitterly disappointed because the top layer, like the short one, was like this huge blunt cut, and it looked like I had a bob, and then all of a sudden there was like this longer hair at the bottom, and I hated it. And it actually looked really thick on this side and then very sparse on this side. So I ended up chopping my own hair, and I gave myself bangs. They're like a long layered side bang, and one of the things I'd asked her to do, she wouldn't do. I won't name the name of the place or the hairdresser, but yeah, I had a really terrible experience. So that's why I never get my hair cut, because I don't trust anybody with my hair. Anyway, moving on. Let's get started with the makeup. I'm going to prime 2 ways. I'm going to start with the Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer for moisture. I did moisturize today, but because it is again winter, I was having like one of those kind of over summer when my skin started getting like super oily, which it never does. I was having some serious issues, and any foundation I'd put on, I hated it because it would just sweat off, and I looked greasy. I looked like an oil blob, and I hate that look. I know I've said this before, but I'm not like keen on the whole radiant, luminous look. It's just not really me. Like if my skin is natural, like if I look like this, I actually really like it. It's kind of cool. But if I have foundation on, I want my foundation to look matte. So that's my take on that. I'm going to minimize my pores with the Smashbox PhotoFinish Minimizing Pore Primer. And this one I'm just going to take a little bit. And again, I'm going to kind of rub it between my fingers. And then anywhere where I have problem areas, I'm going to apply this product. So I have a few between the brows, mostly on the nose, and a little bit on the chin. So that is all the areas I put that on. And it just fills in your pores, and it's really good to press in to your skin with that product because it'll just push it right into your pores. So I get started on foundation. So I'm using the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation, and I didn't realize how much I love this stuff. I think I have 3 shades. I bought them around last Christmas, and I was so in love with makeup last year, like when I first kind of started getting into it, and I didn't start my channel until February, so I think it was about November, December, January. I just fell in love with doing my makeup. I was so excited, and now lately I've just been kind of like not really into it, and I don't want to be one of those channels where I just kind of stopped doing it, because I'm not sure about you guys, but I really do enjoy doing my makeup. I think I've been getting lazy. So I'll wake up, take my son to school, and then not really do my makeup because I'm like, oh, what's the point? It just takes like an hour, and I've got lots of other things that I'm on the go right now, especially like art projects and stuff for Christmas. So, but I really need to get back into it, and plus I don't have very many videos for you guys, so I need to get my butt in gear. So we're going to put some of this on. I'm going to actually put it on with a brush. This is stained, it's not dirty, I cleaned it. This is a brush from Tarte, actually. It came with the Park Ave Princess set. It's huge. Like it's a kind of a flat kabuki brush, but it's absolutely huge. It's a little angled, but it gets the job done really quickly because it's so big. So normally I would apply this product to the back of my hand and then take the brush and then use it. But I'm just going to put 2 pumps right on the brush because I know that I used 2 pumps of this product. And this is the shade Natural Beige because I know that right now my skin isn't that dark, and this is the perfect color for it right now. And I really like how it makes my skin look matte. I very well could actually, maybe I'll go in with my Peach Perfect setting powder. I was just going to use my Coty Airspun because that's my next favorite. But the Peach Perfect one is very, very matte, and I love that. I might put one more pump on. I love how this brush blends up my makeup. So I was going to actually take my damp makeup sponge and like go over this, but I think I'm actually quite happy with the way this looks. So as far as concealer, I've got two shades. I'm using the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. This is Vanilla, this is Natural Beige. I wasn't really going to highlight my face so much, but I'm just going to conceal the under eyes because they're dark. So I'm putting Vanilla on first. What do you know? I decided to highlight everything else too. So this I'm going to use my sponge for. So make sure it's damp, but not too damp. So I just squeeze out the excess water. And I'm going to use the pointy tip. And again, this is the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge by Sam and Nick. I was actually looking at those brushes the other day, and I really like their face brushes. I just don't use them as much because I always have my Sigma ones in front of me. But the face brushes are amazing. The eye brushes, I don't like as much. That looks super good under the eye, so I'm actually going to go in with my Peach Perfect setting powder. This stuff smells like peaches. It's amazing. I love it. I'm just going to tap some into the cap. And I'm going to bake under the eye. And then the rest of the face is just going to get a nice dusting of product. So I dip my F20 large powder brush, wow, I can't talk today, seriously, in the product, and I powder the rest of my face. We will leave the product under the eye for now, and I believe I'm going to go off camera to do eyebrows. The only two products I've been using recently for my brows are the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in medium brown and the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Gel in the little wand form in medium brown as well. So they are my two staples right now. We will be right back. While I was doing my brows, I took the opportunity to line my water rims of my eyes with this Avon Glimmerstick waterproof eyeliner in copper. It's G21 if you were interested in finding that on the Avon website. Okay, so I think right now I'm safe to wipe away the excess powder. I'm just going to use my Sigma Powder Sweep F06 to do so. I'm just going to use this to get into all the small areas, so around my nose, under the eyes, and it looks good. So now I'm going to take my F40 Large Angled Contour. This is just like a little angled brush, and it's kind of tapered, so it's a little bit skinnier to get into your cheekbone area. I'm going to use my Tarte F Princess Chisel palette because I haven't used it in a long time. I love this palette. It is my favorite. So what I'm going to do is kind of dip the brush in all of the colors, even though Carrot and Crown, right, these two here, have a little bit of shimmer in them. I usually just use these two, which this is Princess Cut and Angle, but I'm just going to dip it in all of the colors and contour my cheeks and just kind of contour all the areas of my face. Okay, so for my nose, I'm going to take a smaller brush now. I'm going to use this Morphe M139 to contour my nose, so I'm just going to use the same kind of colors and just do like a straight line. See the color difference there? I'm leaving the middle of my nose open to try to kind of narrow my nose a little bit. And then I just blend the color and I bring it down, and then I might just blend it away with my powder brush. It doesn't look like such a harsh line. So when you turn to the side, you can't see it, but when you look straight on, you can see a line. Okay, and then we're going to add some blush. Okay, so I am going to be using the Too Faced Natural Face Palette. Wow. And the Sigma F10 Powder Blush Brush. And I want, because I'm going to do like a reddy brown color on the eyes, I don't want a really pink color. So I'm going to mix it between Sunny Honey, which is more of a bronze, and Pink Sand, which is a really pretty color, and maybe even a little bit of Tropic Like It's Hot. So I'll just kind of put the brush in all three of those colors, tap it off, do a little smile, and kind of blend the color into your bronzer. And don't apply it too high because you don't want the under eye to go pink. Before I apply any eye products, I always like to give my face a little spray before we do anything else. So I'm actually going to use this Maybelline Master Fix by Face Studio Wear Boosting Setting Spray. Always shake up your products, no matter what they are. Okay, just one little spray. Fan your face dry. And now we're going to go into this palette. So I want to do something a little, I don't want to call it unorthodox, like I'm going to do the same things I always do. I'm going to use my Sigma E35 Tapered Blending to start with the crease. So I'm going to use the shade Sauce, which is this third color here. Third from the left. Start in the crease. And I'm just keep tapping on the color and blending. You want to build up the color so you can see it. Now I can see that nice definition, and then just blend it out so there are no sharp edges anywhere and it's all blended into your crease. With the same brush, I'm going to use the shade Low Blow, which is right beside it. It's a little bit more brown now. This will just deepen up the crease a little bit further. I'm going to mostly stick to the outer corner here, but I will bring it in a little bit. And for this color, you really don't need a whole lot. Okay, with a clean E35, I'm just going to go into Sauce again and just blend out the edges of Low Blow at the top. With the same brush, I'm going into He Devil, which is now like more of a red shade. Again, apply it in the crease. And you know what? I like this color so much. I'm actually going to bring it down onto the lid, but I'm going to leave the inner portion of the lid free of color. So I'm still using the E35, and I'm just going to kind of blend it down onto the lower outside corner of the lid. I think that looks really, really pretty. And now, to darken up the outside of the eye, I'm actually going to go into Enfuego, which is almost this like burgundy cranberry, like dark cranberry color. So with that one, however, I'm going to use an E25 blending now. So if you do go into this color, any darker shade, tap off your brush, and you only need a tiny little bit on the brush. I'm just going to pat this on the outer corner here and bring it up into the outer crease. Okay, as for the inside of the eye now, I'm actually going to take this E58 cream color brush, and I'm going to wet it with some Matte Fix Plus. I always do that with sparkle shades, even if they go on really, really well, because it just kind of helps to make the color a little bit brighter. Kind of has the same ultimate effect as doing a cut crease. So I'm going into the shade Dirty Talk, which is kind of the most reddish, like shimmer shade in the palette. And we're going to apply that to the lid and blending it toward the outer part of the lid here. So now for the lower lash line, I'm actually going to take, I haven't done this in a while, I'm going to take an E15, which is a flat divider. It just has like a really wide flat edge. I'm actually going to take the shade Ashes, which is probably the darkest shade in this palette. It is matte. I'm going to get it on both sides of the brush, tap it off, and then literally stamp it right into the lashes and just focus on kind of the outside corner to the middle. I'm not going to bring it in any further than that. And then I'm going to take an E30, which is a pencil brush, and I'm going to go into Enfuego again, which is right here, and just kind of stamp over that dark line. And then I'm going to go into He Devil, which is the like brighter red, the matte red, and I'm going to put this all over the lash line on the lower side and just bring the color down a little bit. So as we've been going, I've just been kind of wiping away any fallout. If you get any, just make sure you wipe it away as it falls. And I honestly don't want to go up any higher than that because I think that looks really, really pretty. And now with my E21, I'm going to highlight the inner corner with the shade Ounce, which is the lightest shade in the palette, as well as probably underneath the brow bone here. It is definitely a shimmer. Right And then next we're going to line the upper lash line. So I'm going to use my Too Faced Better Than Sex. Shake it up, and I'm just going to do a nice line against my lashes so my lashes will stick, and voila. Okay, so now all we have left is mascara, lashes, and lips. I will go off camera, do mascara and lashes, and we'll be right back to do lips. Okay, lashes are on. I think these are the Style Kiss Flirty. I'm not sure. I think, let me just double check. Yeah, Flirty Kiss. These are the ones here. I tried to use the lashes, the first ones I used, for as long as I can. To be completely honest, I probably could have gotten away with not wearing lashes today. I think it would have showed the eye color off a little bit more, but we're going to dress up the lips, and so that's going to steal the show as well. But before we do that, I forgot to highlight with my Mary Lou by the Balm, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm actually going to use my trusty little Soft Blend Concealer F64. I'm just going to highlight my cheekbones. Just kind of blend that in a bit. My nose. I like highlighting right here. And my Cupid's bow. A little bit on the chin, but not too much. Mostly on the cheekbone. Alright. So I'm going to line my lips with my Milani 09 Spice Color Statement Lip Liner. I already sharpened it. And when I do this, I am going to outline, like, keep the Cupid's bow the same, but outline up here just a little bit, like, bigger and the same on the bottom. Oh, and this is something that I completely forgot to mention to you guys. So this morning, my plan was to, like, do my makeup a little bit later. I ended up doing it earlier because my plan in the morning was to edit. So I got up at 7 today, and I wanted to edit, and I went on my computer, plugged in my phone, but my computer wasn't recognizing my phone for iTunes, so it said I had to update my computer. So right now, my Mac is on 10.5 Yosemite, and I need to upgrade it to the next one, which is the 10.11. And I'm having so much trouble right now, so I'm hoping it's not going to take too much longer, but I need to get some of these videos edited for you guys, so I'm going to try doing it some tonight, maybe some on the weekend. Okay, I think that looks really good. I might just do a little bit of blending here into the lower lip, because I'm using my Too Faced Melted Matte Lipstick in the Ginger Girl. This is Gingerbread Girl. This is the one I got last year. And I really want the Gingerbread Man, but I haven't bought it yet. Because, you know, makeup's expensive. So I'm waiting. Maybe for Christmas I'll get it. So this is a matte lipstick. I don't necessarily I didn't have to apply the lip liner, but I like having the outline first. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in my lips with the shade. So sometimes I just kind of stand back and then look to see if they're even, and I think that's pretty good. I think it looks like my Cupid's bow is really highlighted, but that's fine. I think this looks really good, and the lips kind of needed something too, but now that it's all applied, I think it looks really good. The only thing I want to do is add a little bit of my highlighter to my inner corners, because I feel like that color didn't really highlight the inner corner as much as I wanted it to. So I'm just going to add a little bit more. That's one thing I really like, is a bright inner corner. There we go. Okay, and I did spray my face again before I applied mascara with my Maybelline Master Fix. You could give it another one now, but I choose to let my eyelashes stay in place today. So that is it for the finished look. This is just another fall look that I put together, and I think the dark lips and kind of like the dark eyes with the lashes really are good for fall. And I'm a huge fan of matte skin for fall. I know that this radiant luminous skin is in right now, but I think I can get the same kind of effect without my skin feeling tacky and gross with a little bit of highlighter or a little bit of powder with some sparkle in it. So anyway, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button, and also click the bell notification button, and that way you'll be notified every time I post a new video. So until next time, you guys have a wonderful day, and we will be back soon with another fall look. Talk to you soon. Bye now.